I'm in Long Island, and when I travel, I always like to eat where the locals recommend. So last night, I ate at Mara's Homemade. It was delicious, and I was lucky enough to meet the owner, Mara. She has agreed to tell us her secret for creating the best hamburger ever. I'm with Mara, the owner and executive chef at Mara's Homemade, and you are going to talk to me about how you make the most amazing hamburger.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about the kind of food that people can have here at Mara's Homemade. I had a lot of it last night, and it is delicious.
Thank you. We are from the South, so we focus on Southern food, Southern seafood. Barbecue's real popular in Arkansas, Texas, chicken fried steak.
Yes.
And what intrigued you last night is that everything is homemade from scratch, to the point where on our hamburgers, which we started serving when we moved to Long Island, we grind brisket for it, and then we try to combine it to serve a burger that's unique,
Yes.
that's different from everywhere else.
We are going to get to take a sneak peek into the kitchen, but first I just need to talk about this look at how big this menu is. I came here last night and it took me about an hour to decide what I was finally going to land on. It's so much, it's so many choices.
I know, and we keep trying to cut it, but then people get upset, you know, and the nice thing about it is you can come here for barbecue, for a burger, for fish. You know, we are serving whole crisp bronzino. You know, we do a lot of healthy food,
Yep.
believe it or not, Southern healthy.
Well, I am excited to head back into the kitchen. I do have one recommendation to give our viewers, which is if you make it to Mara's Homemade, you have to get the fried green tomatoes because they are lightly dusted and amazing.
Thank you.
Let's go back to the kitchen.
Okay.
We are in Mara's kitchen where all the magic happens. And Josh, it's nice to meet you. Do you know this woman?
Yeah. You could say that.
How did you get hired here?
Well, she's my mom.
Oh, okay. That works out. You are lucky to be able to work with family. So you are sort of the master behind this homemade ground meat that is the major component of the hamburgers that are served here, right?
The hamburgers, the chili, and any other kind of meat specials we like to do.
Okay. So we've got a very large piece of meat here. What are you going to do with it?
I'm gonna trim it down, cut off the bad fat from the good fat.
What's good fat and what's bad fat?
This right here, this is bad fat. See, it gets caught in the grinder, doesn't cut up very well.
Got it?
It's kind of like rubbery.
Oh,
Over here, this is a nice chunk here.
it's like softer fat or something.
Well, it's more solid fat.
Yeah.
It's very grainy, and it's gonna grind up just as easily as the meat will.
All right, got it. Well, I can't wait to see this.
Okay, once the fat and the meat are separated, then we're going to weigh the meat. We're going to weigh that, and then we're going to put with the meat enough fat to make it an 80-20 mixture.
Right, you have to know exactly how much
Right.
meat and then add fat as needed.
Right.
It's because cows are just like humans. None of us are uniform.
Then in a food processor, we're going to puree onion and garlic together, along with eggs, raw eggs,
And why do you put eggs in there?
to hold it together
As a
when
binder?
it's cooking as a binder, because we don't put in any bread products for filler.
So once you've added the garlic and the onion and the egg, it's then ready to be formed into patties?
Right, we mix it all in, and then we weigh out 8-ounce or half-pound balls, and then we put the ball into one of these rings and press down evenly,
I need one of these.
and that way all of the burgers are uniform in size and height, because they all press down the same, because they're all the same weight.
So you always got to take household items and see what you can utilize to get the job done. And sometimes you can actually get a better product and if you do a better job using those household products.
So everything should have more than one use, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I use this for cookies, big cookies.
Yes. I would make a
use them-
biscuit with this.
You could do a big biscuit. I have a smaller one for that, but you could. I've also used it for when I make potato pancakes.
Oh,
latkes.
yeah.
We press it into that in the oil and get a nice uniform latke that way.
And people can't, I mean, I think they can get kind of an idea of what this kitchen is like, but it is tight. So everything is very efficient and has to be useful.
Yes.
Exactly.
Though it's not as tight as our city kitchen was.
Really? But when you talk about the volume of things, the fact that every single thing is homemade here, so you're baking in here, you're cooking,
Yes.
you're frying, you're doing all of that in this one space.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep, everything is homemade from scratch. And we cook in small batches. I mean,
Yeah.
you talked about the massive menu,
Yeah.
but we may only have 3 or 6 or 8 of any one item on the menu at a time because we're making it in small batches.
Yeah. All right. It looks like we are almost ready to start making our ground meat.
Just gotta grab the grinder and we'll grind it up.
Josh, you've weighed out the meat and now you're grinding it. And then something that makes your burgers even more special is the pretzel buns. They are delicious.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for inviting us into your kitchen.
Thank you. Bye.